Hello. This is Walking Korea, where we walk together to discover the beautiful roads and hidden history of South Korea. Everyone, when you think of Hanok in Seoul, what comes to mind first? Most likely, you would mention Bukchon or Seochon, but today, let's take a walk in a slightly different place. If Bukchon is known for its charming narrow alleys, the place we are going today is like a new city of Hanok, where large two-story hanoks stand grandly with Bukhansan as a backdrop. This is Eunpyeong Hanok Village, and today's highlight of the walk. At the edge of this stylish Hanok village, there is a hidden place with a very surprising charm. This is Jingwansa, a 1,000-year-old temple. It is a royal temple with a dramatic backstory, built by King Hyeonjong of Goryeo to repay the monk who saved his life when he was a child. Enjoy a thrilling time-slip walk from a hip Hanok village in the 21st century to a royal temple from 1,000 years ago. You can look forward to it. I came to Seoul Station to go to Eunpyeong Hanok Village and Jingwansa Temple. I will take the GTX Line A from here to Yeonjong Station. The GTX is fast, but it really goes deep underground. I arrived at Yeonjong Station in just 5 minutes. At Yeonjong Station, I can exit through exit 3 and take Seoul City Bus 701 or 709. We've already arrived at the Hanago, Samcheonsa, Jingwansa station. The station name is a bit long. This is the entrance to the Eunpyeong Hanok village. If you're driving, it seems you can use the public parking lot at Eunpyeong Hanok village. Shall we take a walk around the village for a bit? Do you feel that this place is somewhat different from an ordinary Hanok village? When you think of Hanok village, it somehow evokes the word tradition, but this place feels a bit different, doesn't it? In that sense, before we take a stroll around the village, let's first visit this place known for its view. This is the Eunpyeong History Hanok Museum, and if you go up to the rooftop, you can enjoy a stunning view of Bukhansan and traditional Hanok houses. Now, everyone, the scenery you're looking at is real. From the distant Hyeonjong to Yongshulbong, the rugged peaks of Bukhansan fill your view as if you've turned on a 4K high-definition monitor. Look below. The clustered tiled roofs are arranged like a neat go board, aren't they? This strange harmony between the sleekness of a modern two-story Hanok and the grandeur of a 1,000-year-old rocky mountain is the moment when planned hipness meets nature. Now, are you ready to press the shutter? This is the essence of Eunpyeong. This is the pinnacle of what our ancestors referred to as Chakyung, borrowing scenery, a flex of bringing in the beauty of nature. Let's take a moment to appreciate Bukhansan. Shall we start walking through the alley? As we walk, let's find out how this Hanok village came to be here. In fact, this place was created as part of the Eunpyeong New Town Development Project. The Seoul city government ambitiously planned this planned hipness, saying, "Let's create a Hanok village with perfectly modern residential functions." It started selling in 2011, and at that time, people were puzzled. What does a Hanok have to do with the apartment era? But once it opened, it was a huge success. It discarded the disadvantages of narrow and stuffy old hanoks and introduced a new world of two-story hanoks that are well insulated, have parking spaces, and no noise between floors. Historically, this site is also where the tomb of Prince Eunpyeong, the son of King Seokjong, and his family is located. It's said to be one of the best locations. Our ancestors would probably be surprised, saying, "What? My tomb area has become such a hot place?" The cheat code of Eunpyeong Hanok Village is undoubtedly the Bukhansan view you just saw from the observation deck. Bukhansan National Park wraps around the village like a folding screen, and it's like opening a window to a live masterpiece of landscape painting. And the biggest feature of this place? It's the multi-story hanok. Traditional hanoks are usually one story, right? But Eunpyeong is an expensive land in Seoul. Many houses are built as 2 stories for space efficiency. Thanks to this, we can enjoy the strange yet beautiful scenery of Bukhansan viewed from the roof of a hanok. It's a garden we want to have. So, why does everyone gather here? First, it's the holy place for live shots. The famous cafe window seats are so hard to get even if you do an open run. A neatly placed cup of tea on a small table and the tiled roofs outside. Perfect for Instagram uploads, right? Second, there's a powerful neighbor called Jingwansa that we'll visit shortly. The walking path leading to the 1,000-year-old temple Jingwansa is truly artistic. It's famous for temple stays, to the point where even President Obama's chef has visited, so that says it all. Third, it's more relaxed than Bukchon. Bukchon is an actual residential area, so there's a constant sound, but Eunpyeong has wider streets and is much more pleasant. It's enough to leave foreign tourists with the impression of being the most modern yet the most Korean neighborhood. It showcases the essence of K architecture. The love room finished with a hanok eaves and glass windows is impressive. Look here. Bukhansan and the 2-story hanok give off a mystical feeling. It seems like a photo zone no matter where you go. Every house has flowers blooming, and they really match well with the hanok. The stone wall embodies the beauty of traditional hanok and resembles the chimney patterns of the Hyeonjong and Gyeongbokgung Palace. I entered a slightly quiet place, and personally, I think this hanok is the most traditional while also blending well with nature, so I captured it in a video. The maple tree is reaching over the wall, and the traditional hanok's main gate along with the garden peeking out is quite beautiful. The tiles of the traditional Korean house peeking over the wall are impressive. The azalea and the love room are harmonious. If I live here, I think I will be able to feel the charm of the alley that I felt in the past. I will take a good look around the village. The ivy climbing over the stone wall looks beautiful. The shops here are also built in the traditional Hanok style. Now, let's go up the road to Jingwansa Temple. I will go towards the Hyeonjong direction of the Bukhansan Mountain. As Buddha's birthday approaches, lanterns have been hung along the road. The sign that reads Samjiksan Jingwansa catches my eye. The hippo stone is impressive. I will walk up the road, beyond religion. Garden of the Heart. The weather is not too hot, and the clear sky makes walking feel refreshing. Shall we learn about Jingwansa as we head up there? If you just experienced planned hipness at Eunpyeong Hanok Village, it's now time to encounter the original classic of 1,000 years. When we think of a temple, we often imagine a steep mountain that we have to climb, right? But here, as we walk along a flat path like we're just taking a stroll in the neighborhood, we are soon greeted by a lush valley and tiled roofs. However, once you learn about the background of this peaceful and beautiful temple, you might just be left speechless. There's a spectacular power struggle hidden here that's more thrilling than any Netflix historical drama. So, shall we embark on a time travel journey to the Goryeo dynasty together? The time is the 11th century during the Goryeo dynasty. Have any of you seen the drama Queen Chinchu? That very Queen Chinchu is the villain of this story. The heir to the throne at that time, Gun, who later became King Hyeonjong, was like a thorn in her side. To maintain her power, Queen Chinchu constantly sent assassins to try to kill this young prince. It was common for her to poison his food, and every night, assassins would come crashing in. In this life and death moment, someone hid the young prince under a wooden bed and dug a tunnel to help him escape, protecting him until the end. It was Jingwansa, who was at a small temple nearby called Cheolsu. Thanks to Jingwansa, the prince survived and eventually ascended to the throne as the 8th king of Goryeo, King Hyeonjong. After becoming king, how did Hyeonjong repay the benefactor who saved his life? He said, "Thank you, monk. I will make a grand gesture," and built a large and magnificent temple named after the monk. That temple is the Jingwan Temple we are standing in today. So, this beautiful temple is a monumental testament to the survival story of a boy who risked his life and the loyalty of a king who did not forget his grace. The jar store is stunning. Jingwansa, which started as a strong backup for the Goryeo royal family, might have lost its popularity when it transitioned to the Joseon era, right? Absolutely not. Even during the Joseon period, this place was the royal family's VIP hotspot. Cheolsu, the founder of Joseon, held a grand Buddhist event called Seoul here. It was to comfort the souls of those who died unjustly during the process of establishing the nation. From this point on, Jingwansa became a special temple directly managed by the royal family. What's even more interesting is during the reign of King Sejong. King Sejong implemented a system called Cyberpunk, which meant I'll give you a vacation, so go to the mountains and read some books. The elite scholars who focused on their studies were right here at Jingwansa. Ace scholars like Shin Suk-ju and Song San-mun might have come up with ideas for creating Hangul while listening to the sounds of the valley. From the royal memorial rites to the study cafe of Joseon's greatest minds, Jingwansa was not just a simple temple but the greatest complex cultural space of Joseon. Now, shall we change the mood a bit? The most magnificent and heart-wrenching twist that Jingwansa holds was revealed just recently in 2009. They were in the process of dismantling and restoring the Chilseonggak building when a suspicious bundle fell from a corner of the wall. Those who carefully opened it froze in place. It was a Taegeukgi with the Taegeukgi symbol drawn over a Japanese flag, a flag born from blood and sweat. And surrounding that Taegeukgi were various independence newspapers from the Japanese colonial period. Who hid this? It was Bukchon Wol, a monk who led the independence movement in the Buddhist community during the Japanese occupation. Amidst the brutal surveillance of the Japanese, and the fear of being captured at any moment, the monk deeply concealed his wish for the country's independence within the walls of Chilseonggak. And the monk died a martyr at the Sodaemun prison. For a long 90 years, this Taegeukgi, which endured darkness in this small wall crevice, waited for the day to come out into the world. Knowing this history, one can truly feel how grand and noble this small structure of Chilseonggak is. Well, this special time travel in Eunpyeong has come to an end. How was it? The planned hypnos born from the convenience of apartments and the elegant curves of Hanok's delights the eyes in Eunpyeong Hanok Village. I filled my heart with the heavy essence of the royal spectacular survival story and the fervent desire for independence during the Japanese occupation at the millennium-old temple, Jingwansa. Although these two places showcase completely different charms, they share the same majestic embrace of Bukhansan Mountain behind them. A course that allows you to leisurely experience both modern sophistication and the depth of 1,000 years of history in just one day is rare to find anywhere in Seoul. If you want to temporarily log out from the dense forest of buildings and the noisy daily life this weekend, the answer is already clear. I strongly recommend you to stroll through the enchanting dual faces of Eunpyeong while feeling the clear breeze offered by Bukhansan. I hope today's walk has become a pleasant pause in your daily life, and please remember to subscribe and set notifications for likes. This has been Walking Korea, a journey of finding the paths where our history breathes. See you again on the next walking trail.